What up? What up? How's it going, people? Joseph Kim here, CEO of Lila Games. I've actually made it to a third vlog. So today I just wanted to quickly talk about what it takes to be successful with executing and achieving successful outcomes. Here at our company, I've noticed that the biggest factors determining success or failure from our employees are really based upon something I call the 3 Ds: discipline, drive, and details. So I'll talk about those each in turn, but I want to start with discipline. Now, as with anything, you can't execute if you aren't disciplined. And there are people at our company who can't focus. They're distracted by news, social media, playing games, or socializing. But you can't focus and get things done if you don't have the discipline to ignore distractions and just focus. Further, if you're disciplined, you will keep track of tasks, stay on top of critical issues, and maintain routines that help you succeed. Discipline is critical, but very lacking generally, especially around those people who haven't really achieved much success. And it's kind of like the story of the rabbit and the hare. The hare or the rabbit wins through discipline and steady progress. Now, there are a bunch of people who have this, I'm just going to call it a really stupid self-image of themselves as being special. I'm special and just better than everyone else. So I don't need to be disciplined and stay on top of things or maintain my schedule and prioritize and get to work. I can just make up for it because I work smart, not hard. I'm just naturally talented at what I do. Now, everyone I've ever met who says stuff like that is usually mediocre at best. At best. So discipline is the golden key to success, and you should make sure you work on discipline in your work and life. But it's like a muscle, though. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. And conversely, the more you slack and make stupid excuses, the lazier and worse off you become. Now, drive is the second trait that is critical for execution. So unlike discipline, it's not about engaging, focusing, planning, and prioritizing stuff, but it's about forcing an outcome. If something needs to get done, do you try once or twice and just give up like a little wussy? Or do you push an objective and force success? Those people with drive will make sure no matter what, tasks are completed. Now, there are some folks at our company who really just buckle way too easily under pressure or adversity. But that's the pressure test. Anyone can do tasks that are easy. It's only when objectives become difficult that you see the true nature of a person. Now, we have a junior PM at Lila. Now, he's working on it. He's trying to progress, but just gives up way too easily. And this is his biggest problem. I once asked him, if your life depended on it, would you be able to achieve those tasks that you keep giving up on or failing to accomplish? And the answer is obviously yes. Outcomes are often more about personality and the drive a person has to manifest the outcome they seek, less about skill. Many times, desire and passion overrule intellectual ability or someone's ability to talk like they are smart. You should always prioritize action over words and always drive over existing skills. And finally, we have details. Boy, this is an area I have to admit, even I have problems with as well, especially with the sheer amount of work I have to do. And we've had so many instances of major screw ups because people just didn't pay attention. They didn't pay attention to the details. Now, oftentimes, I would submit to you that this is just because people don't care. If you really cared about something, you would pay attention and do all of the things, all the little things that it takes to do the task right. So oftentimes, it really just comes down to not caring enough. And I'll have to admit, I'm guilty of this too at times. Just this past week, I was buying a printer for the office. I originally searched for Wi-Fi printers with scanner capability, But since I'm a cheapskate, I looked at other models recommended on Amazon and bought a cheaper printer. Now, when the printer arrived, it turns out it was cable only and didn't have scanning. So the mistake I made was lack of paying attention to the details, and that wasted money on that purchase as we couldn't return it. An even bigger problem came up just the other day. So our HR had posted something on LinkedIn, and one of our employees brought up this post to me and to him, took us into a meeting and discussed it with us. And the employee was concerned about the wording. There were some things written there that weren't really in alignment with our company culture. And after the discussion, later, I was on LinkedIn and I saw that post that our employee had brought up. Now, in our earlier discussion, we had discussed that he was going to change some of that wording, which was potentially offensive. But it was a long post, so I basically skimmed it. And based on our positive discussion earlier to change it, I liked it and made a comment. Now, boy, did that kind of result in a firestorm of negative comments and so many people DMing me about the post. Unfortunately, our HR did not change the wording as discussed, and the post got magnified, especially when I liked and commented on it and things like that. Anyway, not paying attention to the content of that post caused some negativity about our company, and though it didn't really reflect our reality, I accidentally magnified that post. Anyway, you kind of get the point now. But the 3Ds, discipline, drive, and detail, are what separates great from mediocre and bad, despite capability or potential. You can potentially be great forever, but without discipline, drive, and detail, I submit you will continue to be mediocre. I now actually specifically try to test for these traits in new employees, as I've seen time and again, the star performers we have at this company are definitely stronger in these traits than the others. So just to wrap up here, the last point I wanted to talk about is mental strength. And I'm going to just be honest here and say I think the vast majority of people are mentally weak. Now, it can be fixed, but I do think that's the majority. And I believe I'm kind of unique in this, and just to kind of brag a little bit here, but I think I'm a little bit unique in being very mentally strong, that I think I can do a lot of things that other people can't. And even at my company here, I'm here late and I can just work and grind very hard because of the mental strength that I've developed. And I believe it is this mental strength that really magnifies discipline, drive, and details. Maybe details to a lesser degree, but definitely I do think it helps. Anyway, getting to the point on mental strength, I'd highly recommend that you actually train for mental strength. And the way that I do it is basically two things. First, through routine, which means through building daily and weekly routines and getting used to building regularity into your schedule. And secondly, through mental strength challenges. And so let me just give you some examples of what I mean when I talk about mental strength challenges. So for example, I'm on day 2 of a 3-day fast. Last year, I did a 7-day fast every quarter. Now, most people I've spoken with are just simply incapable of doing a 7-day fast. And it really does have to do with mental strength. All of the research is out there that proves massive health benefits from fasting. However, it takes willpower and control in order to do it. And the vast majority of people just can't. And for me, even if it didn't have the strong health benefits, I would still do it because I do think that doing these fasts really enables you to strengthen your mental capability, right? Your mental strength. Anyway, I think you can do it too. I think you can do this and build up like a muscle your mental strength. But I would try to start small. Try a 3-day fast first, and then try to work your way up to a 7-day fast. And maybe you could start with something like a master cleanse with it, which is just water, maple syrup, and cayenne that you mix together, and you drink as often as you want. And then you work your way up to a 7-day water-only fast. And again, the point of this is you're proving to yourself that you've got the mental strength to do it. Now, the research shows that the most health benefits actually come from a 10-day fast, but hey, I think if you can do 7 days, you're definitely good. Secondly, I would try to take cold showers. And my primary recommendation, though, would be to do this using the Wim Hof method. So Wim Hof is a breathing and kind of cold exposure technique. I'll leave a link in the show notes, but daily breath control and cold really trains your mind for strength. When you are faced looking at that cold shower, there's a little bit of panic, but then you eventually learn to relax into the cold. You can build up to it, but the mental strength will serve you in other aspects of your life. Anyway, just some thoughts as I was thinking about the differences between the employees who are stars at our company and those who aren't quite making it. Discipline, drive, and details, and all of that powered up and magnified by mental strength. Anyway, just some advice from an old guy, but think about it and let me know what you think in the comments. Otherwise, have a great day, and who knows, maybe I'll do another one of these vlogs again. Hopefully, I'll catch you next time.